Okay, y'all definitely didn't ask for it, but I'm gonna give it to you anyways. Today we're testing speed versus accuracy. I've always been curious, where's the crossover point? We're gonna go out on the range and test that with a heavy recoiling rifle of the PTR 91 and a lighter recoiling rifle of a M4A1 or AR-15 setup. Hope you enjoy. Speed versus accuracy. Two different camps in the gun community. One camp says it's all about speed. The other camp says accuracy is final. The rule of thumb for me has always been, and goes for a lot of people, the closer you are to a target, the less you have to worry about accuracy. And the further you are away, the less you worry about speed. But where exactly is that crossover point where speed becomes less important and accuracy becomes more important, or vice versa? So today I'm going to test that just for me. We'll be testing it with a low recoiling rifle. It's the FN Upper M4A1 Collector Series from the GY era with a Diamondback lower. And then I'm going to test with a PTR, which is a heavy recoiling rifle. They're both fitted with a Sig Romeo red dot. They both have the standard muzzle device on them, which are just flash hiders essentially. They both have adjustable stocks and they both have stock triggers. So neither one is really a good advantage of either speed or accuracy, and neither one is ahead or behind as far as that goes. So the test is going to be this. I'm going to take this target, which is roughly a man-sized target. Depends on the man, I guess, how rotund they are. And I'm going to test each of these rifles. I'm going to do 5 shots at 5 different distances. I believe 5 yards, 10 yards, 25 yards, 50 yards, and 75 yards. Why those distances? I don't know. Arbitrary. I just picked them out. I figured in my head, I kind of know where I need to start concentrating on accuracy versus where I need to not. So 5 shots each. We'll move back as we go, finish up one rifle, and then we'll go and we'll do the next rifle and see what the results are. 5 shots, 5 yards. Now we're going to go down to the target, see how we did. So as you can see, they're all within where we're aiming, which is the second circle. Not the best group, but we're not going for groups. So we're going to paste these up and then move back to 10. 5 shots, 10 yards. Put 4 here, already missed 1. So that's showing me that I probably need to slow down. 4 out of 5, I don't know. You be the judge on that. But we did it at 1.94. So I'm gonna paste these up, move back to 25, and we'll do the same thing. Okay, after further inspection of the target, we found the 5th one to be right there in the birchwood casey hole where you originally supposed to hang it or whatever. So 5 out of 5 hit the target, but I was mainly aiming for the second ring. So spread's getting wider as we move back, as we thought it would. Gonna paste these up, move back to 25, do the drill again. Okay, here we are, 25 yards, and I have a feeling I'm gonna have to slow down to get all 5 of them. Here we go. .50. Let's take a look at the target. Okay, as you can see, we got all 5 where we wanted at about double the time we did at 5 yards. I'm still aiming around in here, but the recoil is driving me up, and this one was just me, but it's driving me up. So if you're wanting to shoot fast, you probably should start aiming low and it'll walk itself up. So let's paste these up, move back to 50, and try it from there. Okay, so here we are at 50 yards. We're gonna try the same drill, 5 shots at 50 yards. See how well we do. let's check out the target. The group was a lot slower. It came in at 5.44. That one was probably me. Actually, I know it was me. So that's a solid group, I guess, from 50, but we're getting slower the farther we move back. I think 25, me personally, is my limit on where I can just pew, 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 pew. But let's try the drill at 75. That'd be the last spot and see how we do. 5 shots, 75 yards. Let's see how we do. I don't know if that was any better. 6.21. Let's go down and check out the target. So here we are. This time, after the readjustment and aiming how I should have aimed, got all 5 on target. 2 of them in the outside ring, which I was really looking forward to getting all the shots in here to make them count. But that one was at 6.21. So you can see the farther I progress, the harder it is. When you're up close, the dot moves from the recoil just a little bit, but that little bit multiplies by the distance you go back. So at 200 yards, when your dot moves a little bit, it's actually moving over here. So you got to readjust. Anywho, conclusions are coming shortly. All right, we're here at 5 yards. We're gonna do the drill with the PTR this time. And it's not gonna go as good with the AR because this thing has significantly more recoil. So let's try it out. Well, you can see what it did to the target. Let's go check it out. Well, either the PTR or the wind blew the target sideways, but we got all 5 hits at 5 yards, and that was a lot more difficult than I thought it was gonna be. So let's sort of pace these up and move back to 10, try it again. All right, we're back here at 10. 5 shots at 10 yards. Let's see how we do. .72. Let's check out the target. All right, we got all these where we wanted them in this ring here. So we're gonna pace these up and go back to 25, which I think I might be struggling at, and try it again. Here we are at 25. We'll put 5 shots, hopefully, on the target at 25 yards. See how we do. That was at 3.96. Let's check out the target. All right, we got a pretty good group on that one. All of them within where we needed them to be. So 25 didn't seem to be a problem. I thought it would be. So the next one, we'll move back to 50, pace these up, and do the drill again. Here we are at 50. Gonna put 5 shots on the target at 50 yards. See how we do. I don't feel like we did very good on that one. Let's go check out the target. Okay, so this group was a little odd. We got one here, definitely me, and then 2 bullseyes and 1 there, as you can see. So it seems to be my limit with this gun at 308 or 7.62 NATO is around 25 yards. But just to confirm how bad I actually am, I'm gonna move back to 70 yards, pace these up. My beautiful camera woman has to leave, so I'll be doing it from a stand. And it might not have the best angles, but we'll do that and conclude it after the 75-yard shot. All right, here we are at 75 yards from the target. We're gonna do 5 shots, 75 yards. Let's see how we do. .01. So let's go and check out the target. So we had to do some slight adjustment of our target. It's been windy and the wind's been blowing, and not only is it blowing
the forest fire and this lovely ash since last night. It's all around us. Smoke everywhere. DNR says they have it under control, but I don't know. But it's blowing my target, so I had to rest it up against my high-speed wood here. But this is the result. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good group at 75 yards at 9.01. I don't know, not for me, but now I'll give you my concluding thoughts.
So in conclusion, I made this chart for you guys with the M4 stats on this side, the PTR stats on this side. Here are the distances. The time is self-explanatory, it's in seconds. The points, the way I scored it was I either hit the target or I didn't. If I hit the target, 1 point. If I didn't, 0 points. Maximum 5, minimum 0. This, I just divided the points by the second to get some type of arbitrary score. And this was the difference between the points per second on each iteration. And to give it some visual meaning to you, I put the percentage change in this column. So what does this chart tell us? Not a whole lot, honestly. For me, it tells me that I highlighted a couple of things. So for the M4, around 25 yards is when you see a significant change. Although I did hit all 5 targets, you start to see a change in the points per second at 45%. And then the next distance at 50, you see another big change at 36%. Not that much of a change at 75. So around this area, I think, is where accuracy starts to matter with the M4, at least for me, in that setup. Over here, for the PTR, some interesting points. This one I only hit 3 times. So it could skew the data, it might not. But you notice this is a big change from the last one. You got 29% here, 31% here, 56% here. That's the biggest change on the map. So with the PTR, I thought it would be around 25 yards. That's where I would start having trouble with accuracy and speed. But it appears, according to this chart, now this could be wrong because I only hit 3 times. So it definitely matters. But you just got to take this 56% with a grain of salt, because the points per second is only taking in 3 points into account. And then this change right here, there was 0 change. Once again, it could be because I only hit 3 times at 50 yards. So 50 and 75 are pretty much the same percentage change, although the times are significantly different. Now, a couple points about this chart that I want to mention. Here's some notes. There was only 1 shooting group run at each distance, so there wasn't an average time. Hypothetically or ideally, maybe you would want to shoot multiple groups at the same distance and then average them all out to get you a better or more reflective score. Second note is that each rifle was a different platform. Ideally, I would have wanted to use either both rifles, an AR platform, or both rifles, the delayed roller blowback platform at different calibers. But I didn't have that luxury, and I did the best with what I had. Note number 3 is the lighter recoiling rifle was shot first, which may or may not have affected the heavier recoiling rifle numbers. Kind of like weightlifting, I don't know. If there's not enough data, I don't know if you should begin with light recoiling or you should begin with heavy recoiling. Maybe if you begin with heavy recoiling, it'll help the light recoiling. Ideally, once again, probably want to run it over and start the second time with the heavy recoiling rifle, do that test, and then go to the light recoiling rifle. Point number 4 is there was no proper warm-up with either rifle, which may or may not affect the beginning numbers until you start warming up with that rifle. I felt like around 5 and 10 yards with the M4, I wasn't feeling as good as I normally do, but it could have helped me out with the PTR because I was already warmed up by using the M4. So those are just some notes, just a little tiny experiment. And note number 5 would be, this is me with two different rifles. That's it. You obviously need a whole lot more data to determine each crossover point. And there's a lot more things that can move the crossover point back or forward some. That's what you have to determine for yourself. But anyways, I hope you got something out of this, and thanks for watching.